Hi, everybody, and welcome to the bi-weekly Wellness Services live stream. We're doing a special live stream today, which is you're going to see the teal, and this is Sexual Assault Awareness Month 2020. We're doing a lot on Twitter and Facebook and all of all our social medias to really talk about violence prevention and advocate for those things. Today, I'll be joined by Corey Hoffman, Dr. Corey Hoffman, the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs over the Office of Student Involvement and Judicial and several other things, which I'll let him speak to a little bit more. And then after Corey's little time spent with me to chat, Rachel Anderson, the coordinator of Green Dot, will be joining us to talk a little bit more about violence prevention. Corey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, BK?
Good, good. We're excited to have you today. So I'm going to
Yeah, it's
transition
a new
over to...
experience for me.
Yeah, so have you done much gaming?
I was really excited back when I think it was probably about 1988 when I got a Nintendo and I played some Duck Hunt and Mario Brothers. I've played a little
classics.
Wii. That's probably my gaming. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, this one might feel a little bit more to that styling. If you look, it's a bit of a more retro design game. The reason I picked Fez today is to be truly transparent with you, Corey. I play a little bit more of the first-person kind of shooter games, but in the heart of our Sexual Assault Awareness Month and violence prevention, I thought today I should play something a little less violent. So this is a bit of a puzzle platformer with a cuter design.
Makes sense. Got kind of an Asteroids feel to it here.
Yeah, and I think they really have a lot of fun with it. It's more of an indie game, so there's a lot of creativity that's kind of built into it. So, Corey, as we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your position and your agency as a whole so that the audience can get to know a little bit more about you?
Sure. I've been at Northwest now for, oh gosh, a little over 11 years. I've held a variety of different roles, worked in student conduct, worked with Upper Bound, currently the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs for Student Engagement and Development. So through that, I still oversee the conduct processes on campus. But along with that, we get to do a lot of the fun stuff too, working with students on their involvement on campus. So whether that be student organizations, we have 150 student organizations on campus. That includes our Greek life, do a lot of leadership programming, SACs, our Student Activities Council. So they do the fun stuff like grocery bingo, concerts, variety of different comedians and speakers, programming along those lines. So yeah, that's really the gist of what we do. I also am an advisor for Student Senate. So just a lot of different ways that students are involved and connected on campus. That's kind of what I oversee and work with on a daily basis.
Yeah, so it sounds like pretty highly engaged stuff. I think, so the cool thing is I've been seeing a lot of really neat stuff on social media. I saw you guys were doing the Masked Singer stuff, and then you're doing some bingo, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, we just did some bingo. We found that there's an online bingo that you could do, so we're doing that. The Masked Singer was I think pretty popular. I think we had about within the first 18 hours or so, we had over 30,000 impressions on Twitter
Nice.
for that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It made us think that maybe that's something that we can do as either again online or even potentially doing that live and bringing some Northwest special guests and doing that live as an engagement activity once we're back to having students on campus.
That sounds pretty cool. So we've jumped a little bit into this game. We can talk to some people. This guy's asking us about our favorite shape. Mine is a square, not a cube, that's for sure, because there's no such thing. So a little bit of a sassy game with the commentary about three-dimensional versus two-dimensional. I think that's kind of the premise of this game, however, is the idea that at the moment you are a two-dimensional character who becomes three-dimensional. Something like that.
Gotcha. Now, are these other people that are talking to you, or is this computer generated?
These are computer generated. This is all AI. This is a solo, like single player game.
Gotcha.
But so I will note that it has a bit of odd controls by my standards. So I'm actually using the arrow keys to move left and right. which it probably doesn't sound weird, but generally you use WSD to move. This does not, and I use a space key. And I'm supposed to come up here and see this older man who I believe his name is Geezer, which seems kind of rude.
Impressive you could have these conversations and still play at the same time. I'd like be so focused on the game, I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody.
Well, I have to admit, I've been learning a fair amount about different games that I'm more comfortable or less comfortable talking with people about. I thought this would be a pretty low bar game to be able to have a pretty good dialogue while also keeping some level of engagement. But we've been playing some Fortnite, and we played some Overwatch last Thursday. Also, just for context, drinking a peach carbonated juice.
Good thing you clarified that.
Yes, it does. I realized that the glass bottle looked a little suspicious. There we go. So big things are happening. I believe this sets us up for the premise of the game.
Yeah, there's a cube.
You have several agencies within OSI, right? So like Greek life and student involvement and judicial and leadership, right?
Sure, yep. SAC is also in there, Student Senate. So yeah, there's a lot of different...
There's a lot of them.
Yep.
Awesome. Apparently this cube is talking to us in cube language, which means nothing to me.
That can help.
Yep, we're being talked to by a cube, normal day-to-day stuff. And you said you've been at Northwest for 11 years.
Yeah, since January of 2009 is when I officially started.
That's awesome. I was like, and I know that Corey, you and I mean, in this role and in prior roles, we worked together for various subjects on violence prevention and substance use and all kinds of things. So you're highly engaged in all kinds of topics.
Yeah, the path has taken me to be engaged in a lot of different topics and areas. BK and you and I were working together before we were even in student affairs. Back in Upward Bound days, we were working together.
I actually kind of forgot about that. I'm not going to lie to you. That was a long time ago.
Been about 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're really proud of our student organizations and the work that we do. Obviously, we're doing a lot of work right now to try and tighten up some of our processes and things like that, and working with student leaders. But even without doing that, we're seeing a lot of positive benefits from students being engaged with our student organizations. We do a lot of data and tracking and things of that nature with students who are involved, and we have noticed that students who are in at least one student organization have averaged a 3.4 GPA, so that's pretty solid. We'll take that. Yeah. And we just got some data back to compare students who were in an organization versus students who've not been in an organization, and we use a term called success rate. So success rate is did you stay enrolled in school the next semester, or did you graduate? And basically what we found is if you're involved with a student organization, your success rate is 85%. So you're 85% of students involved in an organization will either return for the next semester or they've graduated. If you're not in a student organization, that drops all the way down to 44%. So quite the discrepancy there as far as being involved in your academic success.
Well, and there's a lot of research out there on that, the importance of kind of engagement and being involved.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you think of PERMA and the things that wellness does and trying to work with students on campus, I think a lot of that we see or help facilitate through our office. Those connections, sense of belonging. We get a lot of that from being involved in a student organization and developing those relationships and developing friendships with people over shared interests and things of that nature. You look at leadership, sense of accomplishment and things like that, of being a leader, developing leadership skills and qualities and things of that nature. So yeah, I think we really help facilitate some of the wellness goals through what we do, and we know that students who are more connected and feel engaged are more likely to be successful academically as well.
Unquestionable, and it sounds Corey's versed. It sounds quite versed in well-being theory too. So I gotta make sure that I'm on my top of my game. So
that's all coming from you, BK. Whatever you provide, that's what I'm bringing back to the table.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, so Corey, on that note, you think about kind of how COVID-19 has really impacted, the Northwest community. What would you advise or suggest some things that maybe students could get connected or stay engaged and things like that?
Yeah, so obviously things just like you're doing right now, BK. I know we're doing a lot of programming through Student Affairs. We have a schedule where basically 4 or 5 times a day we have different programming and opportunities. Sometimes it's just simple as checking in on social media and seeing a video. Sometimes it's interacting and engaging, such as this. Sometimes it's competitions that we have, fun things like that. But there's a lot of different ways I know that just through Student Affairs that we're doing to stay engaged on a daily basis. And I'm sure there's others on campus who are doing similar things through different departments and academic majors and things of that nature as well. But I think it's important that let's not kid ourselves. Everybody is stressed. Everybody at faculty and staff are stressed. We know our students are stressed. But we can't live in that world of stress constantly because it will take its toll. And so finding, even if it's 10 minutes a day, an hour a day, whatever you need, making sure you find some time to engage, interact. If you happen to be one of those students who are involved in a student organization, we provide a lot of resources to our student leaders for how they can continue to meet virtually and engage and interact with members of the organization so they can still feel connected to what's happening on campus and with their friends. So I think that's really important, is just make sure you take that time to do that. Can't get bogged down in it because there's a lot of things that we can't control, but how we respond to those situations is something we can control.
So what I hear you saying is that ultimately there's a lot of things out there, and I guess get connected with social media. There seems to be a lot of things through SAC's Twitter, OSI's Twitter, Greek Life Twitter, Wellness Services Twitter, just all of the Student Affairs Twitter. There's a hashtag even, NWBWell, and anything that you can do to get involved is really valuable.
Absolutely. Or anything you can even do to just get your mind off of things in general. I mean, sometimes it's okay to veg out on social media for a little bit. I know our campus rec is doing a lot of activities for working out and staying physically fit and active. And, personally, I won't say I'm physically fit by any shape or stretch the imagination, but I do know that when I engage in physical activity, my mind seems to focus on that rather than whatever else is going on. And so that's nice to just be able to get that relief for, 30 minutes or an hour to just engage in some type of physical activity, even for a little bit of time, that helps you kind of relieve some stress.
Yeah, I think that's entirely true. I think it is hard, kind of, especially now, to get to do some physical activity, to get away from maybe your computer and your desk, but it's the value of it is abundant.
Even go out taking a walk. I mean, today's especially is a great day for it. Here in Maryville, I think it's about 80 degrees, or it's going to be about 80 degrees. So it's a great time to get out and, take a walk or go to the park, find a trail, whatever it might be. Doesn't have to be anything really strenuous. Just taking some time off for yourself to kind of decompress a little bit goes a long way.
That is the truth. And like you said, I think there's a lot of merit to that, understanding that we're all stressed and that we got to be patient with ourselves.
100%. I've, friends on various social media with a lot of faculty and staff, and, have seen numerous times of even the faculty and staff saying, this is my day. I had my breakdown. I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I could be doing more, whatever it is. So I know our students feel that way, being thrust into an online environment that they didn't necessarily sign up for, and it's probably not going exactly how they would imagine it. I can assure you that from a faculty and staff perspective, we feel the same way, but I think it's all, like I said, how you approach it and how you attack that situation. Tough times don't last, but how you respond to those situations has a lot of impact on how you will see the situation, how you come out of that situation in the end. So
I think that's a good point.
We have to do that all ourselves.
Yeah, I think something I recently saw that I keep being impressed with. We found maps and keys. We're on top of this so far, Corey. We're really destroying this game right now.
Everywhere you're going, I'm tracking it. I have no idea how you're getting there or what you're doing, but I am paying attention.
Well, at this point, it's just, left, right, and then apparently I can rotate the screen. So if I get confused, I just rotate the screen. But one of the things that I think is really...
had me twisted.
Yeah. One of the things that I think is really interesting and that I read recently was this idea that kind of a different way of looking at the situation. People have been saying, that I'm working from home, but instead of you are home in a crisis working and giving yourself some space to have those challenging days, to have those difficult times, but also, and be patient with yourself and take some time for yourself if that's exercising like you said, or, consuming social media or just watching some Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is that you're watching. We found a map. Okay.
Awesome. No, I agree. We can, again, it goes back to your mental outlook and your frame of mind and how you view the situation. It can be frustrating, yes, but I also look at it from my perspective as there are days, I have a son, he's 8 years old, third grade or whatever, and I'm playing part-time teacher some days, but I'm also looking at this is a unique opportunity. This is something that never happened to me. It hasn't happened for 100 years that we've had a situation like this. I guarantee 40 years from now, my son is going to remember that couple month period of time where both parents were at home. It was a unique situation. We got more family time and things like that. And so I think everybody has their own little things that they can focus on the positives. And that's how I'm kind of looking at it. Like, this is more time that we've got to spend together than we would have ever had to spend together previously. And so how can I look at that as, how can I turn that into this situation into a positive? And I think we all have those things. It may not necessarily be family. It may be ways that you interact or, whatever your thing is that helps you relieve stress, calm yourself, find some positives in this if we look for it.
That I like that there's always kind of that silver lining somewhere in the midst of things. I made a mistake. Okay.
I have no idea if you made a mistake or not.
I may have taken a big jump there. Okay. I've clearly been here. I think I need 3 more cubes before we can move on to the next thing, which we're slowly getting there. I think I can rotate my way. There we go. Alright, how many cubes do we need? We need 2, I think. There's a door in here somewhere. There we go.
All right. There.
I think I see another door. There's a little mouse thing. I'm just going through every door, and which apparently right now is working out for me. We need 1 more cube. So apparently we're collecting these cubes to save the world.
Sounds very stressful.
It does.
Save the world.
I am now officially confused a little, so that's good. Oh, the good news is the game tells me that I've been into a door. Oh. Saw a tree thing, and I want to go...
There's a door there.
Yeah, so if I've been through the door, it appears to stay open, which is nice.
Helps.
It does.
Okay. Like there was a door on the closed on the other side there.
The other side of this space here, or the center space?
The center one, the big tower.
Okay, let's look through it. Oh, right there. You're right. Let me see if I can get to that door. $100 question is now, how do I? Okay. Oh no. Okay. I can climb.
The extent of my ability to help you. I can look.
You did excellent, because I did not see that door at all, so I needed the help. There we go. Okay, maybe not hold on to that. There we are. Let's rotate here. There we go. Corey probably just found us the last piece. He did. Look at that, Corey. Well done.
I'm a gamer.
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I can give the instructions. Don't give me the actual controls because I don't know what I'm doing, but I can just kind of point things out.
All right.
Talk about the shooting games. I do recall back in probably, gosh, when I was in high school, GoldenEye was the big deal. I remember my stepbrother played GoldenEye a lot. And I just kind of sat over there on the side and kind of watched him play. And I'd point out all the things he should be doing. But you gave me the controls, and it was awful.
GoldenEye was one of those early games that I played. So I played a lot of GoldenEye and a game called Perfect Dark. Those were some of my first games. I mean, after a classic like Sonic.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I was a Sonic kid.
Play some Sonic. I do recall that.
All right, we got through the first door, which is quite the accomplishment so far. We're coming together. All right, let's see where we can go further. So, and I like that, like getting connected and doing some of those things. I think it's really, I've been just, okay, I didn't want you to go to sleep. Go through the door, bud. There we go. I've been really impressed with the way that people have been staying engaged through social media and seeing all these neat things come together.
Yeah, for sure. I think, we've had this conversation. Again, it's one of those look at the positives to things. I think this will reshape the way that we engage in with our students as a community in general. Moving forward, I think it will change higher education. I think it will change student affairs and the way we program for students. So what I think in some ways this has done has pushed us forward about 5 to 10 years in about 2 months. So some people I'm sure were already there. I just know from a Northwest perspective, we weren't necessarily at that level or some of the things that we were doing in our office. And so it's really challenged us to think about things differently. And so, again, it's one of those things where you got to look at the positive and how can we benefit and move this forward. And so that's how we're kind of viewing it.
Well, and I have to admit that I've been really proud to see how Northwest has really responded to this situation. I think it's been really incredible to see all the agencies do all these incredible things, and it's really just blown me away.
Absolutely.
Do you think I can make that? Oh, I got another cube. I got another cube by jumping exactly where they told me to jump, so that worked out. Okay.
That seemed a lot easier than the last time.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I like that system. Let's do that. Oh, I have to have 2 cubes, though. Oh, that's quick. Oh, I have 2 cubes because I have a cube already. Got it. Okay, let's keep going. I'm confident in saying I'm going to get lost in the very near future.
It seems like more of a first level, and the second one you did was more of a second level. At least that's my interpretation of how I would set that up.
Yes, I agree. Look around and shout, so see what we see. Okay, need another door. Be a lot of doors. That's fair. This requires 4 cubes. This one requires 8 cubes. This requires 16 cubes. I think we'll be lucky if we get through the next door. Oh, I don't know. That's why you're here. Now go find the cubes. Thanks, buddy. Okay.
Great clues and hints.
I do kind of like the humor of this game. It's got a good sense of humor.
A little sarcasm to it.
Yeah. All right, let's go this way. Oh, and one more thing. Okay. If you press tab, you'll bring up the inventory. It keeps track of things you find. Okay, now done. I swear. Okay. Go this way and see what happens. Uh-oh. Okay. Huh. I'm a little stumped. Okay, let's jump up here and rotate through this thing. Oh, there's a door. Okay, is this a loading screen? Sure. Alright, we're in a new place. It would appear. I mean, it's a very pretty game, though, for its kind of simple design.
This is your first time playing this, huh?
Yeah, I loaded into it, I think, once before, but I have not ever played it. I've had it a long time. I think I got this version of it free, though. Uh-oh. Now I've got maps inside of maps. That doesn't feel good. This is going to get stressful quickly. All right, let's
This is like Inception, dreams inside of dreams here.
exactly. Okay, doesn't appear to be anything here, is there? There we go. Oh, I have a key, I think. I do have
For
a
your
key.
inventory.
Oh yeah, I should have hit tab. Oh, 0 keys. This is a very simple inventory. Okay. Okay, can I jump on this? There we go. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Okay. Not necessarily what I expected. There we go. He's also a cute little guy. Big fan. Alright, there we go.
Clings on, hangs on.
See what's inside this chest. Another map, which I probably will definitely need at some point in the near future. So what are some things that you're doing to entertain yourself during these times, Corey?
Well, I've taken on some projects here at home.
Awesome.
And
You're telling me a little bit about that.
Yeah, my new office is now the basement. And when we finished our basement about 12 years ago, we painted it brown walls and tan ceiling. And I'm like, I can't do this for a couple months. I'm going to need something brighter and a little happier. So I've been repainting our basement. If it's nice enough, I've taken my son and we've done a lot of golfing. So
Nice.
done some walking the dogs and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. How about you?
Well, I'm a pretty avid gamer. Not only, I mean, obviously. Oh man, I just fell down. Not only for the stream, but just on my free time. So I've been doing some of that. I am currently working on the doctorate that Dr. Hoffman has already completed. So I'm in the middle of that. So I'm actually a student right now, which is a bit of an adventure. Actually, Corey will appreciate this because he'll understand the kind of the gravity of it. They're moving. MU has moved to summer being online, so I'm not really sure how to feel about that.
Yeah, that will be definitely different. Now, is this your second summer or first summer?
This is my second summer, so I'm actually quite disappointed about that, to be honest with you.
I can imagine going to Columbia is always a good time. It was enjoyable for me to go hang out with cohort mates and study there on campus. And I went to undergrad there, so got to relive some of my old hangout spots and things like that. So this has probably given you some time and ability to focus on some schoolwork then too.
I like to say so. I think like many others, transitioning to this new normal has been difficult. I have no idea how to get up there, Corey. I'm going to be honest with you. So we're going to go back through this door.
I got nothing for you. I can't help you.
So we're going to go back through this door and see what we can go from here. I'm hoping that another door will lead me into that door. That seems like a logical conclusion, right?
I'm with you. I trust you here.
Okay, what if I... Oh, I'm not going to make it. Okay. But I can climb. So also on that note, anyone who's in the chat who's any questions for Corey about the Office of Student Involvement, please send them out. We'll be answering all kinds of questions if anyone has any for us. I'm sure Corey would be glad to field some questions if there are any as well. Man, I am super stumped. I got another cube. Oh, there's a door. Let's go to that door.
There you go. So, BK, is this something that you and Wellness Services use frequently, or is this something that new that you all have been doing with COVID?
The streaming service that we're doing.
The streaming and
This is new for us. This is only the third or fourth stream we've done. We've done a charity stream that we've worked with Res Life in the past and other agencies. I know, like Megan from your team has joined before for that. So we've done some stream stuff for Northwest in the past, but this is reasonably new. so we're excited. It's been a bit of a process. A lot of what we're doing, and I think similar to your agency, is just new to try out some new things. So I think another example is we've been doing some podcasts lately, and that has been a bit of an adventure as well.
Adventure in a positive way?
Yeah, I think the thing that's always for these things is I think we're kind of building new communities, right? And with building new communities takes time and investment. And so we've been having a lot of fun. Wow, fun with it, but I think it's a timely process. You know, getting people to know. So our new podcast is called Alive and Wellness.
Okay.
Which we pump out. We do a live and wellness every Mondays and Wednesdays, and then we do a live stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we have been lucky to be able to do these things. Actually, it's one of those things where I've the equipment that I'm using, for example, today with you is my own stuff, and I always thought to myself, you know, why am I doing this? Because I actually am not much of a streamer myself.
I was looking at your microphone there, and I'm thinking that seems pretty legit. That looks pretty professional.
Thank you. It's always just been a hobby of mine to work with streaming gear and high-end computer gear, and it all kind of paid off at this point.
It's all coming in handy now, right?
Yes, so it all didn't make a lot of sense to me not too long ago, and now it makes a lot of sense that I have it. So it worked out kind of nicely. So it allows me to kind of do these things and work with other people. So last Tuesday or last Thursday, we gamed with Rec. So I played Fortnite with Jordan from Rec, and then on last Thursday I played Overwatch with Paul Bennett and Matthew from Residential Life, and his wife and Jake Robinson from the library. Oh, and then the week before that, my team actually got together and played some games together, so that was pretty fun. So the Prevention Outreach and Education team.
Who's the best gamer on the PoE team?
Jordan, Ben, the graduate assistant for PoE, is quite good. I have a fair amount of experience, which I think helps a fair amount, but seems a little unfair. Can I push this? All right, I can push this. Oh, should I have pushed that from a different angle? Now I've wondered if I've made mistakes.
Oh.
So
what about that purple arrow? Can't you like push that down, that block? What's that do?
My intention is to try to push this block onto it, but it's not necessarily coming together. So what if I push it? Okay. And then if I rotate? Okay. Well, that didn't work out as planned.
Well, I think you were jumping on it and it was going down. So can you keep jumping on it and then push the box on top of it, possibly, to keep it down?
It seems to have like a threshold. So that I think I gotta stop hitting. So the keys that I'm used to moving with are the rotation keys. So
well, guys, just not heavy enough to move it all the way down.
Okay, now I've really... Okay, I'm going to push it off, because my thought is it'll reset itself if I push it off. And we'll try a different approach. I think I need to just get an angle. Oh, there it is. Oh, well, maybe I should go in this door. That'd probably be a good idea. Oh, nope, it's taking me somewhere else. I think I regret that. Maybe we'll go back, try the rock thing again, and then we'll go through that door and see what our options are. So, is there an angle?
It feels like we're out in outer space somewhere. It feels like some type of a Star Wars type
feel to
world
it.
we're in. Yeah.
I don't think there's a way that we can get an angle on that. So I'm going to actually go back in
Something up
here.
there. Is there something in that tower higher that could be pushed off onto it all the way down below?
That's a good question. Let me go back and let's take a look. I don't see another rock as we're kind of transitioning in, so I'm pretty convinced it's that one. But I wonder if I'll get an ability as I move forward to maybe lift it. So let's go back through that door and see if we can go forward and see if there's any abilities that we can gather. Now, as stated, I don't know if there are abilities in this, so that may be just optimistic thinking. But at this point, it feels like there's not likely... the three-dimensional elements of this are warping my mind, so that's good news.
You're gonna look at the world in a whole different way when you're done.
Exactly.
It's gonna take like an hour to get back in the right mindset.
Well, I think what's really throwing me off is I'm going to play another game and I'm going to be using the wrong keys. Okay, we're here now. Oh, that's a chest. Okay. See, I keep hitting these keys, which are not the grab keys. Which is really throwing me
taking
off.
over.
Yes, and it's really throwing me off. Do I have another key? Oh, I am getting another key? Nope, it's a portion of the map. Okay, so escape is the map. Though this is a somewhat complex map system. Alright, I'm already intimidated. Let's go back. Oh, nope. There we go. Let's go back through. We'll go back up here with this. So, thinking a little bit more about the services your agency provides, what are some other things that you'd want students to know when they think about the variety of things? Like, so for example, what's I know Greek Life is staying pretty highly engaged still, and I've seen some things on their social media.
For sure. Always try and help students understand the benefits of Greek life. We have a lot of student organizations that are they're great for students to get involved and get connected, and they all have some different purposes and things. But I always like to mention that Greek life, to me, is probably what I call the comprehensive student engagement experience, because they focus on, developing friendships and relationships, so brotherhood and sisterhood. Nice. But they also focus on academics. They focus on leadership, service, philanthropy. So a lot of different areas or values that they focus on, whereas some of our other organizations, they may focus on one or two of those, but very rarely do we have organizations that focus on 4 or 5 of those, like Greek Life does. So always really encourage students to look into Greek Life. Try not to think about it from the stereotypical perspective of what Greek Life is about, but actually learn more about it. But our Student Senate is still engaging, still working with students, communicating. They hosted a Zoom session, a couple Zoom sessions. We're in the middle of campaigning, and elections will take place next week for our next Student Senate for next year. So even though we're not here on campus, they're still conducting campaigning on social media and things like that. And students will be getting emails next week to vote for their respective representatives, depending on their demographics and class and things of that nature. So nice. They're still staying engaged. And obviously SAC is doing a great job. SAC is doing a lot of programming. That's really their focus anyway, is doing programming, but they're doing a lot of programming through online, talk about bingo and things of that nature. But also, it's a unique time, obviously, in the world we've talked about. So when you look at like the entertainment industry, a lot of comedians and speakers and things like that, they count on those engagements there for their income. And right now, obviously, they're not allowed to travel. Virtually all colleges are shut down as far as operations. And so in the past, we've always wanted to know, can we do some virtual programming? Like, could we do a live stream of a speaker or something like that, or a comedian? And typically they've been very hesitant to do that, just because of their content. They don't want to be out there. They make a living off of doing the live shows. And if it's out there to be streamed, then anybody can see it. They don't really need to to people don't need to pay to see them. Well, this has obviously changed that paradigm a lot. And so tomorrow night we have a comic magician who's been Entertainer of the Year in Las Vegas. We've had him here on campus a few times. So he's going to be doing his show tomorrow. Anybody who has a Northwest email account will be getting an email with the information for how they can view that show online tomorrow night. And then in a couple of weeks, we have a comedian that we were going to have here the last week, right before finals, kind of everybody go relax and take off a little of the stress and go watch a comedy show right before finals week. Well, obviously, he's not going to be able to make it on campus, so we're going to do a live streaming show with him also. So
nice.
So yeah, it's been nice. It's the things that we've wanted to do for a long time. We thought about, we have online students who aren't necessarily in Maryville, and how can we provide some programming to them and things of that nature. And a lot of the entertainers have always been hesitant to do some of these things. And now, taking advantage of this situation in whatever way we can and saying, would it be possible? And, obviously they are now seeing that, yeah, we could probably do that, or there's some benefits to doing that. So we're going to see how that works and look at that and see if that may be possibilities for things in the future as well.
That makes sense. I like that a lot. So as long as you have, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but as long as you have a Northwest ID, you can access this.
Yep. University Marketing and Communication will be sending out an email with all the login information and everything. I believe that is going out tomorrow around 11 o'clock. They'll be sending that out to basically anybody who has a Northwest email account will receive that email and have all login information. And so
that's pretty cool.
Even for people who are faculty and staff, they'll get it.
Nice. So I could go and watch it if I wanted to.
So we kind of recognize that this is, when we do our programming and things on campus, it's for everybody, students, faculty, staff, whoever wants to, community members, whoever wants to show up. So a little harder with the community members in this situation, and so trying to be respectful towards the entertainers and their wishes and things like that. We're really just focusing right now on Northwest community members.
That makes sense. So tell me a little bit about the Lead Green program. I know it's a little bit. I'm always excited to learn a little bit more. Can you talk to me about that?
So yeah, our leadership programming model, we really, Lead Green has served a lot of different functions in what we do, but we have a leadership programming model that's really based around the concept that, I think there's some misconceptions that leaders are born, they're not made. You have to have these innate qualities or skills that can't be developed. You're either born a leader or you're not. And from everything we look at, the models that we use and we research, nothing could be farther from the truth. They're really qualities and skills that you have to develop and that you have to continually work on to maintain, to continue to grow as a leader. And so really what our Lead Green program is all about is and educating students on what those skills and qualities are so they can understand how they can develop those skills. And then if you've been in the program long enough and you've completed the trainings and you've demonstrated a deep knowledge of the skills, then you can apply to be what we call a Lead Green mentor. So we have, it depends on the year, but anywhere between 4 to 6 Lead Green mentors. And they actually do the training. They train other students. They train student organizations. They get scholarships in order to do that. So, yeah, it's a great program, and students can get involved with it from their first day on campus. A lot of schools leadership programs. You have to wait until you're a junior or something along those lines, or you have to be in a leadership position and. Again, all those things don't apply the way we view leadership. Leadership is not, you have to be in a certain position. It's about your actions and how you're continually improving on those actions on a daily basis. So anybody can be a leader. You don't have to have a formal position to be a leader.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like a great opportunity for a lot of people.
Absolutely. We really expanded it here. This next year, we're going to expand it a lot more. We've really focused on our incoming freshmen. So we've done some leadership themed sections of University Seminar. but we've always been limited in the number of faculty who can teach that, who are familiar with our leadership model. And last year we changed that, and we're going to try and get as many leadership team sections as we possibly can this year, this fall, because now our lead green mentors are actually the ones who teach the leadership. So our freshmen go to their university seminar sections and classes and do the normal university seminar aspects, but then they come to lead green trainings, and our upper class students who are our lead green mentors actually train all the students on our leadership model. And so we have essentially unlimited capacity. We're hoping to have a couple hundred students participate this fall in that.
That is awesome. That is really cool.
So we're trying to do, we typically do a Bearcat leadership training and do a big conference at the end of the year. And obviously that's not going to happen this year. So we're still trying to get some of that information out to students through some of our social media and just information about, EQ and things of that nature, and resiliency, decision making and things of that nature that all make up part of our leadership model. So we're still promoting that through social media. It just won't look the same as us having a large conference where we have typically 150 students every spring who come participate in that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've got myself a little stumped here, Corey, so
you've got bombs.
Ow. Yes, bombs. I definitely may have harmed myself with that one, but why am I?
It's like they're unlimited bombs.
They do seem to respawn, but so I think I need to use this one to get somewhere else and then use the next one. My thought is I think it's up there that I need to go. Except there is a very short timeline.
Yes. Oh! Forgot that I'm delayed. So when I'm saying, oh, you're probably like, yeah, we're already past that part.
Oh. But I don't... Yeah, I'm a little stumped. So I could also... We're gonna try to play this out a little differently, so maybe I'm getting tricked. We're gonna run this way. I think there's a lawnmower in the back of my... Ow. In the back of my microphone, which is good. That's ideal.
I don't hear anything, so...
That's good, because I think that you'd hear it if everyone else would hear it. Oh, wait. I think I see something here. That's not what I meant to do. Get down, buddy. Can you not? Nope, I thought he could push that. He cannot push that. Okay. You're acting as if I need to be able to do that, which I am not at all convinced I can do. Nope. I said, yeah, we're gonna just go back through this door because I'm stumped. There's like a hammer here. Oh, there's another wall. Okay, how do I get to said wall in a reasonable amount of time? Okay, let's make a run for it and see how that goes. Run. Ooh, I almost got it. Try that again. I might be able to get through that one, which will make me feel at least a little better about myself. I won't lie, this is not what I normally play.
Not your strength.
Ugh, ow. I totally dropped through. Okay. Yes, I may be a little better at something like Call of Duty or Fortnite. Okay, I did it that first time. I'm confident in saying I can do it again. Go down the stairs, buddy. Ow. I need to jump to go down the stairs. That is the lesson learned right now.
Oh, we're learning.
We're learning, we're growing. Let's do it. All right. Now jump. There we go. Rotate. Oh, that counted. I'm not sure why it counted, but I like that it counted.
Okay.
Okay, can I move this rock? Nope. Okay. We're gonna go downward, I think. That was too far down. We went too far down. Okay, let's try again. Alright, we're gonna rotate this way, rotate this way. Oh, that was almost a mistake. There we go. Yeah, the rotating thing has still got me a little...
My mind's still not working that way. I'm like, you can't do that. I saw the gap on the other side from the other angle. Like, how can you make that jump?
Exactly. I'm struggling with the two. I don't want to be back here. I want to go back to where we got the key. I don't understand how this one works. I'm not tall enough to jump that high, so I could grab this, jump this way, rotate. Can I time that well enough to get that there? I don't think this is how it's supposed to be done. I'm confident in saying that. But getting to a different outcome in a different way, that's never a bad thing, right?
Ingenuity.
Hey, I think that worked. No. Oh. That was hurtful. I didn't think it was going to come back.
Well, maybe you can get up on there and throw it.
Maybe. I was like, can I... Alright, pick up. We're gonna... Oh, I need to rotate because I'm definitely not facing. Ow. That didn't work out. That didn't work out. Alright, we're gonna rotate. So it appears that time is temporarily frozen while I'm rotating, which seems like cheating the system, but it does. Oh no!
Just
keep moving. Keep it moving. I feel like I'm somewhat cheating the system here.
Yeah, it's meant to confuse you too, though.
Well, it's doing an effective job. All right.
That's a lot of work.
That was a lot of work. You're not wrong, Corey. You're not. And there's another series of them. Man, these explosive things are not the way to go. I am not a fan. I am not a fan at all. All right, let's run back this way. Toss this down. Oh, I tossed it the wrong way. So also, I have a keyboard that is very much designed for first-person shooters, and the sensitivity of said keyboard is not treating me terribly well right now. Oh, I think I'm just supposed to... Oh.
I'm attached.
So, I figured it out. So the trick is that by not rotating when the explosion happened, I actually canceled out the explosion.
Gotcha. You gotta rotate as it explodes.
Exactly, and then it stays. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. There. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. We're figuring it out. So, Corey, as we get kind of close to the end of your time, I know you got a lot of things to do and a lot of things to manage. What are some final thoughts you might have that you want to leave with students, viewers, people who are trying to watch me miserably fail at this game?
Again, you're doing way better than I would ever do at this. So,
well, thank you, Corey.
No, I think it just going back on, even though this may be stressful for a variety of reasons, make sure you're focusing on the positive and look for some productive things you can be doing during this time. And then I think more than anything is, obviously from my role, I just want to encourage students when we're back on campus, making sure you're looking for ways to get involved and get connected, because we know that has a high impact on your ability to be successful. And so we have a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different ways for you to do that. And so if you're not sure how or why, come in and talk to me. I'd be glad to talk to you about the whys. We talked a little bit about that today, but then also the hows. We talk about, interest that the students have or anything along those lines, and what may be best for them to get involved and get connected. Because we have lots and lots of opportunities for students to do that here on our campus.
Well, Corey, I think that's great insight. We really appreciate you coming out, and I'm going to take a moment so I can collect myself. We really appreciate you coming out and joining today and chatting with us a great deal about the Office of Student Involvement, Greek life, judicial, Lead Green, SAC, and all of these really incredible things that are happening in the Office of Student Involvement. I would definitely want to repeat and echo at least one thing that Corey said, which is definitely look them up on social media. I know Greek Life has Twitter, and so does the Student Activity Council. So does Student Senate. So I believe so does Lead Green. So if you really wanted to stay in the know, that's always where I go is Twitter. Would you advise something different?
Yep, nope, that's where we put most of it. I mean, we have Facebook pages, Instagram, things like that we try and get things out on, but for the vast majority, it's all on Twitter, and then we try and hit those other social media platforms as we remember or as they fit. But yeah, Twitter's where we try and get most of our information out.
Perfect. Well, Corey, again, thanks for coming. We're going to take a small break, let Corey transition out. We're going to get Rachel Anderson in here in the near future to talk a little bit about Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and we're really looking forward to it. So thanks again, Corey, and we'll be back in, let's say, 5 minutes. All right, we are back. I'm going to be glad to introduce the next guest, a member of the Prevention Outreach and Education Team through Wellness Services, Rachel Anderson. Rachel, welcome.
Hi, BK.
Hi. So we decked out all the stream in honor of the Sexual Assault Awareness Month, as reflected in my cam. I am playing the least violent game that I could come up with, which has been Fez,
Yes.
which has been going, I would say, at best case, okay. How are you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your position. I know if people have been listening to the podcast or been in earlier streams they've heard about, but just for the sake of everyone who's maybe new, tell us a little bit about yourself and...
Yeah. So I am brand new to Northwest. I just started in August. So this last fall semester was my very first semester here at Northwest. I graduated with my master's from Missouri State in
Nice.
May of 2019. So that's kind of where I come from. I'm originally from Iowa. Not a Missourian, but I've lived here for the last 3 years. So I have my Missouri driver's license finally. So I feel like I'm an honorary Missourian.
I think that's about as close as you can get, so I would say that's fair.
Yeah, so my degree is in health promotion and wellness management, and I really wanted to work at a college or university, so I was really glad to get the opportunity to come to Northwest. So I, didn't think of myself as a violence prevention specialist, but it's something that I've grown to love and, become really passionate about, and it falls really in line with like health promotion and prevention. So that's kind of where my heart is in prevention and primary prevention. So
Nice.
that's what I do.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So, this month, April, is Violence Prevention or Sexual Assault Awareness Month, right?
Yes.
And I saw, and the messaging we've been doing is the I ask. Tell me a little bit of what is it that you're asking, and what does that message really mean?
So a big part of preventing sexual assault is consent. So what we're doing is asking for consent. That way everyone is on the same page of what they want to have happen in a sexual relationship. And it prevents some of those maybe like unnecessary situations where someone said, oh, I really didn't want that, or something along those lines. So asking for consent is a huge part of preventing sexual assault.
Got it. And so, this idea of consent is it's not just yes, but it's this concept that goes a little further than that, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, that's right. So consent, you can think of it as the acronym FRIES. So it's freely given, reversible, FRI. I'm blanking on the I. E
That's okay.
is enthusiastic. And I'm blanking on the S. Let me look it up.
All right. That's the benefits of being right in front of a computer, right?
Yeah. All right. I is informed and S is specific.
Got it.
So those are kind of the 5 components of consent. So it needs to be freely given. It can't be coerced or like pressured into giving consent. It's reversible, meaning if someone says yes to something, they can take that yes right back, and that activity has to stop. Informed means they have to know what they're consenting to in the first place. Enthusiastic means they are excited to be engaging in these acts and ready to go. And then specific is specific to an action. You can consent to one thing, but that doesn't mean you consent to something else.
Of course. I really like that. That's a solid information. You said fries? Is that fries?
Yes, that's the acronym.
And who doesn't like fries, right?
I love fries.
Yes, fries are delicious. All right, awesome. And then, so what are some other things? I know that you're doing a campaign on social media advocating for people to wear teal. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. So today is the day of action where we wear teal to show support for survivors of sexual assault. So it's kind of like how breast cancer has the color pink. The color for sexual assault is teal. So we have some posts on social media about showing us your teal, and we've had some response to that. So it can be anything from like your t-shirt, your nail polish, your makeup, your socks. Dress your dog or cat up in something teal and send us a picture, and you can be retweeted by us on Twitter. So we'd love to see all kinds of teal on social media today.
That sounds awesome. And so my teal stream counts, right?
Yes. Oh, exactly. I'm so glad to see it. It looks really good.
Thanks, Isaac. Rachel did all of the heavy lifting. I just did some design things. There's a worm that does not like me.
Uh-oh.
Also, I can't rotate in this room, which is interesting. I don't understand, but that's okay. I'm gonna walk this way. Look at the bunny.
Yeah, this has some pretty cute graphics in it.
Yes, right? I was like, I was thinking that this would sell in this way. I can't rotate in these rooms, which is interesting. I'm not sure how to feel about it, actually. I can still rotate here, right? I can. Okay. Oh. I am not a graceful character by any stretch. What is this game? Monica from Facebook. Monica, this is Fez. It is a puzzle platformer with this little guy who wears a little fez, and we're collecting cubes. In honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month and violence prevention in general, I thought it'd be good to play a game with no violence. So I picked Fez. It was either Fez or House Flipper, which I do enjoy, but I thought Fez would be something new and different, and apparently strain my cognitive abilities, so that's good.
Yeah, you always gotta try something new every once in a while.
Yeah. Black holes are bad. Well, that's fair. Without the world's ground unstable. Space can only. Okay, so what? Oh, okay. I did not want to jump in there. That was the moral of that story. We learned a very important lesson right there.
Yes, we did.
Oh no! There we go. And Rachel, you have the stream pulled up, right? So you can see if desired.
Yes. Yep. I'm a little delayed, but.
Yes. Yeah, that is the downfall. Oh, did I get another cube? I got another cube, which means I have 8. No, I have 6. I don't know how many cubes I have. I have 6 cubes, and I think I need 8 to get through the next door. That sounds right. I like how the game can determine that it knows the type of jump I'm trying to do versus the type of jump I'm not trying to do. Which I think is a pretty bold conclusion on the game, because it implies that I know more than I do. Okay, I just wanted to fall down. Okay, I apparently do not want to fall down. Never mind. Alright, we're gonna go this way.
You climb down the side?
I made a safe jump, but I appreciate that the... What is this? Okay. I got like an invisible cube out of that one.
Secret room.
So... I am officially 100% confused now. Which is exciting. That's basically been my state of this game, most of it, so that's been nice. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about if there's any more information you have on Sexual Assault Awareness Month, or about the Green Dot program at Northwest, or even some things that people can do at home as it pertains to Green Dot and Sexual Assault Awareness. You noted the teal, but are there some other things that people could do?
If it's really been noted, I think, in the media and just in general, that people right now might not have a good home environment. So not everyone is at home relaxing and enjoying themselves and things like that. Sometimes the home environment can be stressful, and people might not be able to get away from people causing them harm. So you can just check in with your friends who you know might have some issues with sexual violence or domestic violence and check in on them. Make sure that they know that you care about them and you want like them to stay safe. So that's a big thing that we can do while still social distancing. Let's see. For the rest of the month of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, at the end of the month there is Denim Day, which is April 29th, and on that day we'll do some social media campaigns about wearing denim in support of survivors. Are you familiar at all with the story behind Denim Day?
I'm a little bit. Can you mind telling us all about it?
Yeah. So in Italy in the 1990s, there was a court case of an Italian woman who was she was like in a trial because she was raped, and the judge decided that it was not rape because she was wearing tight enough jeans that she had to take them off by herself. Therefore, by doing that action of taking her jeans off herself, she consented to the activity. So what we do now is wear jeans on April 29th to show support that it doesn't matter what you are wearing if a sexual assault occurs, because it really doesn't. It doesn't matter if you're wearing tight jeans or sweatpants or a dress. That's not the cause of the sexual assault.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So in kind of solidarity of that day, people wear denim.
Yes,
right?
That's correct. Yep.
I had to back out of my game. I'm sorry, but I got myself stuck. So.
Well, you just start over then.
Well, let's hope we don't have to start full sail over. Oh, we don't. Good. I went into the black hole room. It told me not to go into the black hole room. I did not listen, and the consequences were great. So I got what I deserved, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see.
So when is Denim Day?
April 29th. It's a Wednesday, the last Wednesday in April.
And so if people were to wear denim, could they tweet that at you or anything like that at Wellness Services?
Yeah, so kind of how we're approaching it this time is that I think a lot of people haven't been wearing jeans recently, so it would be a way to like dress up your work from home look, or take that extra step, because I think it's more meaningful when you're putting your jeans on and you're connecting to a reason why you're putting jeans on instead of yoga pants or sweatpants or something like that. So definitely share your photos of you in your jeans with us on April 29th, and we'll share those out.
Yeah, so in this context, it's almost more of dressing up than dressing down. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, exactly. In a normal sense, this day is a time for professionals who are, normally in like slacks to wear their jeans to work for a cause. So we're wearing jeans dressing up for a cause instead.
That makes sense. I like it. I like that a lot. That's really clever and really positive. Mm-hmm. So now tell us a bit about the Green Dot program, which I know connects to this in some ways, right?
Yeah. So Green Dot is a violence prevention program that teaches individuals how to be an active bystander. So a way that we can prevent violence from happening in the first place is by intervening. We teach 3 different styles of intervention. They are considered the 3 Ds. Direct, which is directly interacting with a situation. Going up to someone and saying, hey, like, what's going on? I don't think you should be doing that, or is everything okay? The second one is distract. So this is causing a distraction to like diffuse the situation. It would be like spilling a drink at a party. If someone's like, taking someone else into a room and it doesn't look right, you can spill your drink on them and be like, oh, sorry, like we have to go to the bathroom now and like clean you up, and then you can check on the situation and see if everything's okay. And then the last one is delegate. So that's delegating out to an authority figure or just someone else to bring them into the situation with you so you don't have to handle it all on your own. You can delegate to campus police or bartenders or friends and say like, hey, like, can you take a look at this situation and tell me if like what I'm feeling is right, and can you help me handle it because I don't know what to do, things like that. So that's kind of what Green Dot is all about, is working to prevent the violence from happening in the first place by stepping in and doing something.
That makes sense. I like that a lot. And it sounds like a pretty detailed programming. So, and a lot about it is so what I understand is that there are 2 types of green dots. Is that right?
Yes. So, I guess we can rewind a little bit. So the whole like premise of green dot is that there's green dots and there's red dots. So a red dot is an action or words that like harm someone else. So that would be hitting or kicking or sexually assaulting someone else. That's considered a red dot. And then green dots are things that we do to prevent that violence from happening. So yes, there's 2 types. There's a reactive green dot, which is those 3 Ds, doing something directly, delegating, or distracting. And then the second type are proactive green dots, which are working to change the norms around violence. So the 2 norms that we are working to change to get everyone to believe in is that violence is never okay and everyone has to do their part. So there's a lot of, things in the media and in our culture that support violence. So what we're trying to do with those proactive green dots is change it so we're supporting prevention of violence instead.
Awesome. So, so this, for example, these teal days are a really good example of that violence prevention. The proactive green dots.
Yeah. So by showing us your teal, you are showing that you care about sexual assault prevention and that you support survivors. So that's, putting that out there on your social media for everyone else to see that you are in support of this cause.
Cool. I like that. So it's not necessarily a very hard thing to do. It's something that's very simple that can be done.
Yes. Yeah. Something I like to say a lot is that a lot of students and people in general are probably doing green dots without even realizing that they're doing green dots. It's just that we put a name, a green dot, to the action. So yeah. I think a lot of students like to take care of their friends and make sure and check in on them and make sure they're okay. And they don't actually realize what they're doing is called a green dot.
That makes sense. So it's something that that a lot of us are driven to do, because of course we want to care about our friends and we don't want our friends to experience any kind of violence whatsoever, personal based or otherwise, and in turn really helping people out.
Yep. So we offered trainings throughout the semesters. We did 2 student-based trainings this semester. Unfortunately, with everything that's going on, we were able to finish our other 2 that were scheduled for March and April. But I think it's a really great, and it's a interactive and fun for the topic kind of training. Sometimes it seems like you can, like violence prevention and sexual assault, domestic violence and stalking, it doesn't seem like it could be fun to talk about it, but we approach it in a way that kind of puts you in some situations, makes you think about things differently, and gives you some real life experience and practice.
Nice. That sounds pretty cool. And so, and the obviously idea that starting next semester, people will be able to come back and be part of those trainings, right?
Yes, exactly. So we'll probably do 2 or 3 next semester, and you can get your Green Dot certificate and a t-shirt, and then put it on your resume, and you're a certified Green Dot bystander, and you have all the skills and knowledge to prevent violence after you take that training.
That's awesome. I don't know what happened.
Did you finish it?
Nope, I found an anti-cube. For every cube, there is an anti-cube, a negative for every positive. Anti-cubes are much harder to find than regular cubes. Cool. I don't know if that's what I was looking for, but thank you, game. Hey, buddy, get off that. There we go. There we go. And where it's coming together. Oh, man, So that's where I just came from, right? Yeah, this is that tower. I was hoping that there was like a gateway to this tower somewhere in here, so that I could get up on the tower, but I don't know. Man, I enjoy puzzles. Okay, where did I come from? Assuming I came from that door. Alright, let's backpedal to that door then. Because I can't seem to figure out how to get up there. See if I can figure out where the button one is. Because I don't know where the button one is. So, have you been watching this, or have you played this before?
I have not played. I was watching earlier when you were with Corey.
Yeah.
I would probably get frustrated and give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know how to do it, or I'd ask Trent, my fiance, if he could help me figure it out.
That's fair. That's fair. Looks like we've got somewhere new, which makes me feel better. So. Ooh, there's a door. I'm gonna go get that cube before I walk through that door. Or I'm not. Apparently, I'm going through the door. So we're at this door now. Well, it's really incredible to have. Hey, I think I'd like you to hear that we're excited to have you on the team and doing these really cool things with violence prevention, and particularly Green Dot. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, this is my first professional experience, and I couldn't be happier with it. So
Nice. I'm going for a little swim, but mostly out of just curiosity. Never mind. I retract my swimming decision. Well, that's good. I'm that's excited to say, and it's been if nothing else, a unique experience, right?
Oh, 100%. I did not think I would be, spending my first year working from home for a few months. So
Yes, that's not sure any of us expected that. That's the truth, right?
Yep. But I'm an introvert by nature, so I'm doing okay so far. My best friend, she's an extrovert, and she's just dying. She's like, I need people. I need to talk to someone. So everyone has their different opinions and experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, and I have to admit, I think I've taken to it surprisingly well. There's a bell here. Oh wait. Oh, okay. You want to talk to me about the bell? Ding dong. Ring the bell by pressing left control. Okay. That's not a small bell. Okay. Okay. I think I've spammed that. Okay, I'm sorry. I retract my butt. I made a mistake. Okay. There. Okay. Oh, no, little buddy. There we go. Not entirely sure I can make this jump, but apparently I can. Oh, there's a door up here. That's good. Yay, new door. So what are some of the things you are doing to keep yourself kind of engaged? More introverted, but maybe there's some wisdom in your tricks. So.
I have a dog, and we take him on walks every afternoon. Oh, he just heard me say the W word.
Oh,
so he
goodness.
looked at his head. I've been cooking a lot, and
What have you been cooking?
Last night I made stuffed peppers for the
Nice.
first time. I've never made them before. They turned out all right. I don't know if I'd make that recipe again, but I definitely try stuffed peppers again.
That's good.
Yep. We're working on our backyard. We've been doing some remodeling, landscaping, so getting outside. It's super nice outside, so I can't wait to get outside and enjoy that nice weather. I've been doing a puzzle of dogs that's currently taking up our kitchen counter.
Nice.
So, I still talk to the people that I would normally talk to every day. Most of my friends either live in Iowa or, in other cities. So I still stay in touch with them, Snapchat and messaging them every day, letting them know that I miss them and, wishing that we could get together. But
that support is a big piece.
yeah, still keeping up with my friends and trying to limit my media intake as well. I don't try to read into all like every single article that I see about coronavirus. I don't read or just try to look for the positive things like we do on our podcast. We share good news every episode, so I enjoy looking for that.
Nice. So talk a little bit about this podcast.
So the podcast goes out every Monday and Wednesday, and you can find it on Spotify, which is super easy to use and accessible. It is called Alive and Wellness, and
Nice.
each episode we talk about something a little bit different. Sometimes we talk about violence prevention, we talk about mental health, we talk about the news, just kind of what's going on with the POE team. So it's a little bit of everything. Last week or on Monday we talked about Title IX and
Nice.
kind of what that is all about and how that plays into violence prevention. And then we've also talked about violence prevention and technology and how things maybe have changed now that we're kind of living through our phones, and how power-based personal violence can happen online, even if it's not in person. And then ways that you can be a good bystander online as well.
That makes sense. That sounds pretty cool. And so, and how would people know when this releases? It comes out?
We tweet about it every single time it comes out, some Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays we post our episodes between 8 and 12, and then Wednesdays is between 4 and 8.
That makes sense. Awesome. I am confused, so sorry, give me a second.
So far, I've enjoyed recording the podcasts. It's very different because we're not in the same room as the person that we're recording with, so that's been a different experience. But, I think everything at this point is a different experience.
Definitely feels that way. Ugh, okay. My brain can't handle the mechanics of this game right this second, so that's going well.
Yeah, all that rotating would make me dizzy.
Yeah, it's there's what I was looking for, I think. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh no, this is bad. Oh. Okay, so what do we got here? Can I go just vertical? Vertical! Okay, nope. Oh, there it is. Man, it seems simple enough, right? And I should understand it, but I don't. So.
Yep, this is definitely a part where I would have just given up and played a different game.
Yeah. Trying to, again, I was doing my best to play something as little with little violence as I can, so that.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. That wasn't that far a jump. Okay, we made that one. Oh no! Okay. I should have done getting over it with the game. Have you seen that one where the guy's in the barrel and he has like the hammer and he like pulls himself over things?
No, I have not.
It's painful. It's a real painful game. What is this? Oh no! Okay. Uh-oh, it looks like the world's falling apart on me. Oh, is that door sealed again? Uh-oh. Might be in a bit of a pickle.
Your world is turning into a
Oh, come on, man.
black hole.
Yeah. Which is not ideal. They're like, it wasn't hard enough the first time you did it, so here's this. Ow. So, Rachel, what are some other things that you might advise or gives people some solid input as we kind of go forward?
I think, taking care of yourself, and making yourself a priority. It's important to take breaks and, get up, stretch, and check in with yourself and make sure that you're doing okay. I think a lot of people, are probably feeling really overwhelmed with schoolwork and maybe not being able to work right now. And those are all really like valid and important feelings that you're having. And so to recognize those is like kind of the first step into dealing with them. There's a lot of great people here at Northwest who want to help you and see you succeed through this trying time. So use your resources and reach out for help when you need it. I was not too long ago in the shoes of a student, and I'm just like amazed at how students are handling this. And I think about like how I would be if I was still a student, and I don't know, I'd probably be really stressed out about it.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, since you are still a student.
I am still a student. I keep forgetting about it. That is the case. Yes. And there's a piece where it has its challenges. It's hard to prioritize schoolwork, especially with kind of these odd things that are happening. And where am I?
Yeah,
Oh.
something that I like to do is, just get the thing that you need to get done right in first thing in the morning, and then you have the rest of the day to kind of relax or do whatever you want. That's something that I always found useful when I was a student. It was taking care of, that one thing that you really don't want to do. Just get it over with and done, and then you can relax afterwards. And I'm also a very planner person and list oriented. So making lists and being able to cross things off has been really helpful for me throughout school. So.
Sounds like good insight.
Yep. The whole planning thing, for those people who are planners, I think a lot of us are feeling really stressed about not being able to plan. And so just taking it day by day and not trying to, you have to embrace kind of that unknown and just, let go of a little bit of control sometimes.
Nice. I got a negative cube or something like that. I don't know what that means either, but yeah, I can appreciate that. And I think there's those things where you got to be cautious to not take too much control right now. Mm-hmm. Because of how people are feeling, right? So sometimes when things feel out of control, we can get over controlling with the things that we have some control over.
Right.
But that can be really negative on other people who aren't maybe feeling the same way as we are.
Yep. Yeah. So everyone is going to have a different experience and way that they react to this situation. So really just listening to what they have to say and trying to understand. You don't have to understand, but just be there for your friends and for the people that you care about.
Yep. That's good insight. And I'm about to take your advice and give up on this game. I assume the purple door is where we want to go. I'm making the assumption that the doors are color coded. Wait. We went here. Okay, the tree turned into a black hole tree. That's not ideal. That's not what you want. So we'll rotate it out. I was going to try to get back because I think we can unlock another one of those doors. Excuse me, Mr. Frog. There we go. So I'm backpedaling as much as I can. Ah. Okay, I got a loading screen. I think that's a good sign. I don't know. Okay, I got back there. Let's do it. And there. I opened a new door because I can use apparently negative blocks to open doors. So that's good news.
Hooray!
Yeah, because then it's like, you're not good at games, so here's a negative block. I've become a very big fan of carbonated juice now that I've eliminated soda from my diet.
Oh yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I've changed soda from one soda to a different kind of soda, but that's okay.
What brand?
So this is Izzy. That's how it's pronounced?
Oh, I like
know.
it.
With
Yeah.
peach.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I am drinking some sparkling ice, classic lemonade.
Nice.
Yep.
We've got to the steampunk section or the cyberpunk section of the game. If anyone was curious. And I found a cube. In what appears to be a bathroom? I'm not really sure. Keep going through this. Okay, found a boiler room that does not appear to have anything in it. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting is probably the wrong word, but that's fine. Alright, let's go through this door. Might get through all these doors. We might call it a little bit sooner than normal. So, Rachel, if there were some things that you'd want to share with people, what would they be as a closing note?
I think take care of yourself and others, because just because you're apart from the people that you love doesn't mean that you can't still care for them and check in on them. Another thing that I've said recently since this whole thing started is just because it seems like the whole world has stopped doesn't mean that violence has stopped. So it's still an issue that we need to be talking about and caring about. And then I'd say, I'd love to have you at a Green Dot training in the fall semester. And, to get some more Green Dot bystanders on campus.
Nice. That sounds awesome. I think the idea, at least one of the ideas that I'm hearing you say, is that really together is how we will end violence.
I agree. Yep. It's not, it's not one person or one group of people's issue. It's everyone's issue, and everyone in some way or another, I think, has been impacted by violence. So we all have, a little bit of us that's maybe responsible in some way to help end it.
That is very true. Very, very true. Well, on that note, we've made it to the top of the tower. I keep falling down. We've looked through all these things. I wanted to transition over to Cam, and I'd like to take just a second to thank Rachel for coming on. You can hear Rachel again on our weekly streams, Alive and Wellness, where she's actually doing a two-part. She just did a first part on violence prevention. She's doing a second part on accessibility and accommodations. Right, Rachel? Is that the truth?
Yes, that's correct. On next Monday, the 13th, we talk with Will Sabio again about accessibility and accommodations.
Perfect. And then you'll be doing lots more podcasts talking about violence as it shows up in digital world, about dating and healthy relationships and all kinds of things like that, right? Always. Go ahead.
Yeah, all sorts of things, sexual health, relationships, violence prevention, those all kind of my scope.
Perfect. Well, Rachel, I appreciate it. Again, I appreciate all the viewers who came and watched. We will be streaming again next Thursday. I think Paul Bennett from Residential Life will be joining me, and I'm not even really sure what we'll be watching or what we'll be playing. But I look forward to seeing you all there, and I all hope you have a nice day.